choose UV map mesh, or you can just close this window and use the file menu to get to the OBJ file. So this is my project directory all the way down to a subdirectory that has the OBJ file. And I'm going to leave all these the way they are. So you see when you get the vertebra in here, some of the faces already have something of a decent map, like this pink one. You can see that's what we're looking for. We want to make everything flat like that, so nothing overlaps. But for the most part, you can see this left-hand side. You see that little pink mess there. That means everything's overlaps. First thing I do is just got to clear all the seams and start by saying edge loops. Now if I take an edge loop, that means it's going to go all the way around what it considers to be a loop. So if I click here on that edge, I hold the shift key, if it doesn't give me that as an edge loop, then I just have to keep holding shift. So it's really kind of subtle here. Might be hard for you to see, okay? So I'm clicking here. For some reason it doesn't see this as a loop, and I would expect it to. And really all I want then is the very bottom plane. There we go. Okay, so now you can see I've got all purple, and when I put the mouse over that area, it shows me a flat plane. So that's very much what we had before with the pink one, but I'm going to have to do the same thing here. See, look, when I move across, notice how it goes. The yellow line is going all the way across. That's because I'm on edge loop. But for some reason, it doesn't see this perimeter along the superior face to be continuous as an edge loop, so it's not giving me that option. So I'm trying my best to just hold down the shift key and click along that edge until I get. Now I'm going to stop here, go across there. There you go. Okay, so now I've got top and the bottom. The next thing I want to do is try to figure out how to do the side. And I think what I'm going to do is just come straight down here. Okay, and then I'll go on the other side and try to do the same thing. Okay, so now the front or the side of the body is selected, is all separated. Now the next thing I'd like to do is try to break, I think, the pedicle off. Let's work with some simpler things first. So let's take posterior dorsal spine. Let's see if I can't find a way to. Okay, so now it's there. You know, it's all one thing, but you can see it's wrapping on or overlapping itself. And my face here is also crooked. I didn't realize that. Okay, so now I've got the back and I've got this tube. So I'm going to come down. Now, if I had put an edge in the middle before leaving Maya, I could have used that edge, but what I'm going to do instead is just use this edge here on the side. And you notice now I've got a flat, it's unfolded it, it's cut it along this edge. So I'm anticipating when I render, I'm not going to see this view very frequently. I'm going to do that same technique for each one of these transverse processes again. Now notice here, as I start to cut, it's giving me an edge loop, but it's continuing all the way to the base of the superior articulating process. I really don't want it to do that, so I'm going to change to mark seams. So this will let me mark one seam at a time instead of trying to give me, instead of going all the way around looking for what it considers to be an edge loop. Okay, so in doing that now I've got very much the same thing I did before. I've got a tube, and I'm just going to take this bottom face off, and then oops, I didn't really mean to do that. So I've divided it in half. Let's see if I can say control, put that half back on. So what I did was I held down the control key and clicked on the edge I wanted to be continuous. So now I have the same setup I did before. So when I held control and clicked on an edge that had been selected, it deselected it. So now I'm continuous all around. And you know what, to be honest with you, I think the best thing to do is I'm going to take this other edge off, and then I'm going to actually hold the control key and just combine so that those two planes are one seamless plane, and then come down that edge. I got the same problem, so I'm going to hit control, and I want to say mark seam. Just give me one seam at a time, okay? Boom, boom, boom.